Afternoon, everybody. Evening, everybody. Morning, everybody. We are talking about Black business today and how to get a blueprint for success for Black businesses. Listen, y'all know I talk about Black businesses all the time. Why? Because Black businesses are the fuel and the engine to drive the Black economy here in the United States. So today I got a super duper special guest. And if y'all see me getting a little excited, I'm fanboying a little bit because I've been following this young man for a long time. And y'all know I only bring people on who I feel are qualified to talk to y'all, have real conversations about real things, especially as it relates to Black business and the Black community overall. So without ado, I'm going to bring on Jay Jones from the Black Entrepreneur Podcast, or Black Entrepreneur Business Podcast. We're going to talk about, I just jacked this podcast name up, by the way. It's the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Podcast. So forgive me for that. But we're going to talk about how to create a blueprint for Black businesses. And I want y'all all to stay tuned because I got something special for y'all towards the end of the broadcast. But without further ado, hey, Jay, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother Kamari. Appreciate you having me on, man. Thank
I'm
you so
sorry
much.
for messing up your title of your show. Your baby,
Oh, that's all right,
your
man. I'm gonna have to leave 5 minutes early now.
I deserve that. I deserve that. So, but welcome to the Finance Rebel Show. Like I told you before in our virtual green room, been a fan for a long time.
Appreciate that, bro.
And I love what you put out there. I love that you're in the digital space. You're promoting the digital space for Black people to get into, which for a long time we weren't in there. Now we're starting to see a rush now, but you were in there kind of early. So why Black people? Why entrepreneurship? And why do you feel you have the blueprint?
Well, from experience, man, one of the things that I always thought about, my father was an entrepreneur after he left corporate. That kind of, my great grandfather was, so that kind of was ingrained in me. And you can only, your true wealth, nobody's going to give you what you really are worth. You got to go get that. So I was with betting on yourself. Now I did the college corporate America thing and all of that. And after a while, that just reinforced why I needed to go out on my own. But in order to build generational wealth and be able to have something to pass down to your family, you got to do your own thing. So it's nothing wrong if you, and I call people that don't want to be entrepreneurs, I call them civilians. And there's nothing wrong with being a civilian if that's what you want to be. But I'm going to tell you.
That's so funny. That's so true, though.
There's another side to it that everybody, I don't care if you love corporate America, you should have some type of business or something going on. You never know what's going to happen. COVID, the crash, if you're old enough to crash in 2008, which wiped me out, almost lost everything then. COVID shut a lot of people down. So if you don't have some other additional stream of income, if you're a quote unquote civilian, you better get at it.
Okay. So we're going to have a good dynamic, right? Because everybody knows that I'm not a big fan of multiple streams of income.
I hear you.
For the civilian.
Got you. I got you.
Because the civilians want to try to come in and live this, what I call warrior mindset, entrepreneur lifestyle, but they only playing with it. They're not really doing it. And so I feel like a lot of times you got a million different MLM programs that's paying you maybe $5 a month, where if you would just focus on doing a really good job on your 9 to 5, you can get a raise, more benefits, bonus, more skills, more training, and then that can help accelerate your freedom, so to speak. Because I always say, use your job to finance your freedom. But that's a whole other conversation. But you're right. 2008, I remember this. I was an institutional money manager at the time. Money markets were freezing up. Our connections on Wall Street that we did trading through didn't have a lot of resources. They weren't doing trades at the time. 2008, 2007, 2008, 2009 was a crazy time.
Yeah. Big time.
How did that shape how you look at business?
Oh, man. Well, you talked about multiple streams. So I was an entrepreneur by then after I left corporate America, and I owned a mortgage business, which I started, me and my business partner started in over a little deli, 2 phones, fax machine, built that up to over 50 employees. We're doing millions of dollars in revenue per month. And what happened in 2008, I was making so much money that we thought about diversifying, but we didn't. So we were about to pull the trigger on buying a Remax franchise down
Mm,
in Old City, Philadelphia. We didn't do that. It really wouldn't have made a difference because all that real estate mortgage stuff got shut down anyway. But it taught me that what, even though you're making a ton of money here, you always need to have additional streams of income. This is just my personal feeling. And you need to have income that you can count on any economic climate, good climate, moderate climate, and a bad climate. And an example of that is, say you're a lawyer, right? When the climate is good, interest rates good, whatever, you could be making money doing closings, right?
mm.
Economy is bad, you could be doing bankruptcies, right? So just being able to have money in any type of economic climate. And but one thing I will say, brother Kamari, which you kind of touched on a little bit, don't start trying to have multiple streams of income until you get one stream, working first. And I see that's a big problem with a lot of entrepreneurs. We here, there, all over the place. You don't even have one consistent stream of income, and now you're trying to open three other businesses. So what I learned was from 08, man, almost losing it all, house, cars, everything. Man, I'm like, yo, I'm never going to be caught like that again.
Mm. And I was going to say, you just made me think of it, right? There's nothing wrong with multiple streams of income, but you have to understand the seasons of wealth generation. You have wealth accumulation, wealth management, wealth protection, wealth transfer.
Right.
Diversification is not really a wealth accumulation strategy. If, however, you can build up one stable income stream, it
Mhm.
makes sense to potentially build another one. But
Right.
that one's secure, it's an anchor for you, it's your cash cow. And that's just a principle that I feel like nobody's talking about.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
And if I can add to that real quick, brother, one of the things when you talk about additional streams of income, look at something that's synergistic with what you're already making money on. So when my mortgage business was rocking, we opened up a credit repair agency because we
Mm,
were outsourcing it, and the people we were sending them to weren't doing anything. So we tried to teach them how to do it first, and then people like, man, can y'all just do it? So we actually ended up opening up a credit repair agency inside the mortgage business. And so
mm,
that's a synergistic relationship that didn't take any extra energy
right,
really to generate revenue.
right.